Hey, this is David Suttle, the radio voice of the Wyoming Cowgirls, alongside junior-to-be Madi Symons from the Wyoming Cowgirl basketball team. We're going to chat with Madi and get to know her a little bit more, and just kind of the thoughts on what's going on with Cowgirl basketball coming off a really successful season here on the Pokes Horsepower Hour, presented by our great friends at Fremont Motors. Just coming off a great season for the Cowgirls. It was a lot of fun to be around you women. And from your perspective, I know great season, it ended a little bit on a couple of sour notes, but how would you kind of characterize some things from this past season?
I mean, I think it was exactly what we asked for. We competed at the level we wanted to compete at, against the teams we wanted to compete with. So I think it was a successful season, like you said. Didn't end exactly how we planned, but can't get every win, you know?
Yeah. Well, we're going to chat a little bit about the season, get to know Madi a little bit more and more here, but are you ready to hit the road here?
Let's hit the road.
Well, first of all, I mean, as we were talking, a successful season, you're obviously part of the regular rotation for Coach Ezell, and you have been since you got on campus. What is that like, and kind of what was the transition like for you coming from high school and kind of being thrown in the mix?
I'm really fortunate to be able to play for Coach Ezell and just have the opportunity as a freshman and even sophomore, because that's not really common, especially at Division I level. So I'm grateful for that opportunity. I mean, it's definitely a big change from high school. Just teammates-wise, better competition, faster pace. But it was fun. You
mentioned the different level. What's the biggest adjustment for you personally? What was it? Physical? Was it mental? Was it a big combination?
I think for me personally, it was more mental, like the mental side of it. In high school, like all of us are used to being the best players or one of the best players on our high school team, so confidence, stuff like that comes easier. But then when you get into college, you're playing with all the best players, so you gotta have a lot of confidence in yourself. And just the mental side of coming to practice every day and competing. It's a year-round sport, basketball is. We get a couple weeks off here and there, but not really much. So just being able to compete at a high level every day was definitely a mental challenge, but I really enjoyed it.
So we were talking about, the adjustment. Take me back to high school. You mentioned, everybody's kind of the best player. What was it like for you growing up in a house full of coaches? and did that aid you? Do you feel like that benefited you at all?
Yeah, I think it benefited me a lot. Humbled me a little bit. But no, it was really fun. I mean, obviously my dad's a college coach and my mom coached me in high school, so just being around a basketball family was fun. Growing up, sleeping on the bleachers at my dad's games, just being a basketball junkie, gym kid was really fun, and I think that helped me a lot, just basketball-wise.
You played for your mom in high school. What was that experience like for you?
It was really fun. There was one year where my dad sat on the bench too, so I had both parents. I'd get ripped by both of them coming out, but no, it was really fun. As a mother-daughter, you can't really get any better than that. Being able to be close to my mom and that sense throughout high school was really cool for me to be a part of. Okay.
Now I gotta ask you, what was the delicate balance, coach to daughter relationship like for you?
Yeah, well, call her coach, not mom. She's always coach on the court. But no, overall it was really good, and we had a good high school team. I was fortunate to play with a lot of great players, so that also made my experience a lot better too.
So, Madi, you get done with high school, you've been around your parents a lot. What was the transition like coming here to UW, and how would you characterize your first couple seasons with the Cowgirls?
Yeah, I think the transition for me personally was hard. I'm really close to my family. I had really good friends back home. So just coming to a new place with brand new people, didn't really know the town. It definitely took some adjusting, but I met some good friends fairly quickly, and I mean, the team was just awesome. Coaching staff's awesome. The community is awesome, so it didn't take too long.
What made you pick Wyoming? What was kind of some of the deciding factors for you?
I think the big deciding factor for me was just the community and how much they support Cowgirl basketball and how many fans we get. And I think that's the goal when you play at college, is to play in front of a crowd and just compete at one of the highest levels, and that's what UW had to offer. So that's why I ultimately chose here.
First 2 years. If you had to assess yourself, what would that be like? Kind of rate how you've performed and maybe areas that you feel like you still need to grow in?
There's a lot of areas on and off the court. On the court, I think that just adjusting has been different, and obviously being able to do everything at just a little bit higher level, being able to shoot a little better, rebound a little better, be a little quicker is like what separates you, I guess. So that's kind of what I'm working on in the off season, being able to do that.
Your role, obviously, kind of spot and test, Molina, things like that. Now, how does your role change, you think? Because now all of a sudden, you mentioned this earlier, 6 seniors gone.
Yeah.
This is going to be a different team.
Yeah, totally different team. I think that just taking a little bit more of the leadership responsibility on and off the court. Our seniors were great leaders, so just picking up that slack a little bit. But overall, just being able to compete like they did every day and every game and being ready to go.
Has there been a game that stood out to you more than any from a personal experience?
I wouldn't say necessarily. I mean, I kind of come in with the same mindset every game of like,
okay,
whatever needs to be done, like I'm willing to do it. But there was a couple games where, you know, Tess was hurt or had a concussion or was sick, and so I really had to like change my mindset to like step up and really take on that role with that starting group. I mean, I guess one that really sticks out to me was the Gonzaga game. Being able to start there, that's like my hometown, so in front of all my family and friends was like really, really a fun experience.
Okay, so we were talking about Gonzaga and just across from your hometown. Coeur d'Alene to Laramie. How do you compare that? How do you contrast that?
Laramie's a smaller town, I would say, but it's still kind of the same vibe. Like everyone knows each other.
Okay.
If you get a flat tire on the side of the road, somebody will probably stop to help you. Like,
probably?
Yeah, like it's just like that kind of like hometown feel, which is why I really like that there's not a bunch of lakes here, which was a little change for me when I came in the summertime, but.
Yeah, you're a big boat person?
Yes, love the boat.
Love the water?
Lake. Yes.
No, is it just laying on the boat? Or
laying on the boat, surfing, tubing.
Okay. So we were chit-chatting about, you know, favorite places to play. You know, kind of let's bring it back to, and we've touched on, it's going to be a different role for you.
Yeah.
Where do you feel like you need to learn and grow the most going into your junior season?
I think for me, just getting on like game shots, game speed things, stuff like that, because the goal is to play more always. So just being able to compete at that level like all the time and just getting more in-game reps, I guess.
Now, do you feel pressure to kind of step into a different role at all?
I would say, I mean, there's a little pressure, yeah, but I mean, you always have a little pressure on yourself, especially I do at this level, so yeah.
How do you personally deal with that?
I'm really into my faith, so I mean, just reading the Bible, listening to sermons, just stuff like that, and really just trusting in God's plan for me helps me a lot.
Does the coaching staff push you in the off season? How do they go about that?
Yeah, so I mean, in the off season, we just compete, and we compete at everything we do, compete in the weight room. And so I think just getting that competitive mindset back and competitive spirit during the off season is like really important. That helps all of us a ton.
Yeah, I saw you guys were playing 3-on-3 with the coaches.
Yes,
How was that?
Against the coaches. It was awesome. I mean, the coaches get competitive, we get competitive, so it's fun.
I know the coaches get competitive. I mean,
Yes.
I mean, when you some of the ballers that are on that coaching staff.
Yes.
How is it competing against them?
I mean,
compared to teammates?
I mean, they've been playing for longer than we have, so it's fun. It's fun to be able to compete against them and just kind of have fun playing.
As we wrap up the Pokes Horsepower Hour here, presented by Fremont Motors with Madi Symons, how different is this team going to be now?
I mean, it's going to be really different. It's going to be a big change, but I'm excited. It's going to be a challenge, but I think we have all the pieces to be able to compete like we did last year, so just got to put in the work in now.
Are you going to be able to take over the reins of taking a freshman under your wings, kind of like Tess did for you and some of the others?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I'll just be friends with them. They're really cool. I had them on their visit, so I'm excited for them to get out on campus.
Yeah, is there anything else that Cowgirl fans kind of need to know about this team as we kind of in this transition?
Yeah, I mean, it's a big transition, but I think that we're all putting in the work, and it'll be a fun season again next year.
Well, Madi, it has been fun to chat with you,
Yes.
and just this has been kind of interesting to get to know you a little more. And
Yes.
And hey, again, thanks to our friends at Fremont Motors and the Pokes Horsepower Hour. I'm David Settle, radio voice of the Cowgirls. Madi, thank you again.
Thank you.